Hi creative friends, let's talk art challenges. For those of you interested in participating in a challenge, here's some tips of what's helped me in the challenges I've done. You can find dozens, probably hundreds of art challenges online, so surely there will be at least a few that will float your boat as far as a subject, theme, medium, etc. that you like. Also, there's different durations, so depending on your life, schedule, obligations, and such, there will be ones that fit for you. Lots are month-long, some are shorter, like 7 days. There's some that are one and done, and there's even a version of Inktober that runs for a year. Inktober 52, it's one drawing a week for a year. Let's get into my list of tips. Number one is life will interfere, which is good to keep in mind, especially I think for a month-long challenge where you're trying to sketch or paint, whatever, every day. You have your own unique combination of demands on your time that can make it hard to keep up. There's family stuff like kids, spouse, elder caregiving, and then various household chores, cooking, cleaning, doing the grocery shopping, and outdoor chores, mowing, raking leaves, etc. And then I assume, since my channel has so much animal-related content, that most of you have at least a few of these different kinds of animals to take care of, which also take time. Tip 2, have cheat day ideas for when life does impact how much time you have for your artwork. A main strategy is work smaller and or simpler. For example, rather than a whole drawing on each sketchbook page, you could break that up into 2 days per page, or divide it even into 4 or 6 days on a page. That helps to keep up. And then working simpler, for Inktober, some days I did cartoons rather than mini portraits. Tip 3, use the challenge 2, and here you fill in the blank for a goal or goals. Might be as simple as getting out pencil and sketchbook because it's been a very long time since you've done any drawing and you want to get back into it. I use the challenge sometimes to work on my watercolor. To me, it's much harder than oil, and so it's fun in a challenge to just work loosely and let watercolor do what it's going to do. Sometimes it's working in mediums that aren't your usual go-to, in this case markers, or using something that I am comfortable with, oils, but in a technique a la prima, start to finish in one setting that I don't do. And then subjects, first mandala, abstract that I wouldn't have done except for a challenge. Same with still lifes, just not something I usually do, but fun to do for a challenge. Even people, did a first self-portrait, and can you guess whether that's Helen Mirren or Kate Blanchett? Tip 4, challenge your brain / LSNED, which stands for learn something new every day. Besides art-related stuff, it's interesting what facts you might learn in a challenge. For example, doing the favorite bird art challenge, I did some research and found out this little bird is actually not a duck. Interesting facts learned when I did the extinct and endangered animal theme. Learned about the moon that off the top of my head I don't really know what it looks like. Then this desert island prompt, I thought about what besides books and my dogs that I would want on an island, And it was really fun to just kind of do a mashup from Gilligan's Island, Castaway, and Island of the Blue Dolphins. This prompt, the end, goodbye, had my brain doing some creative thinking to come up with the idea of sketching their back ends as they were running around the yard. I will put more info in the description for this video about the art challenges that I'm familiar with. So I think that's it for now. We'll see you next video. Bye.